it's disappointing her and Merritt, and he knows that. He's disappointing lines of confessors, but she doesn't.
No. And the other thing, too, is he's very clearly taking responsibility for his actions here, saying, I did this.
Yes.
And it does get into that in a little later in the letter, but he's like, I'm taking responsibility for it. I understand this is unprecedented. I understand this sounds a little crazy. Trust me, though. And then Kahlan's like, oh, he fucked me.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he's saying he did it. It's not you, Kahlan. You're not a failure here. Neither is he.
Yeah.
Right? But you don't need to feel bad about this. He also says that since the mother confessor is dead, I had no choice. Using a second person approach, as if he's not speaking to the mother confessor in the letter. That throws anybody who reads it off the scent a little bit. But he goes, hey, I had to find a way to keep this all together. The order's coming. It's serious.
The alliance was weak, obviously.
Yeah.
It was toppled before I even got here.
Well, and Kahlan knows that.
Uh-huh.
She went there, and they tried to kill her ass.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Some might say they succeeded in killing her ass,
yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of.
But, so she knew that shit was going crazy there. I didn't get her shock at this, but...
He didn't try to save it. He just gave it away.
Yeah. Richard keeps mentioning the mother confessor and her wishes, trying to tell Kahlan that he's trying to do the right thing.
Yeah,
and I think that goes to what we were just saying.
Yeah.
Like, he does understand the weight of it.
He keeps trying to remind her, like, hey, you were the one that called everybody to arms to save the magic of the Midlands. And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, you may not remember that right now because you're fucking pissed, and I get it. But just think back a couple months when you were, like, naked in the mountains doing some shit and, you know, vowing vengeance on these motherfuckers. That's what's happening, okay? Okay? Mother confessor who's dead? That was you.
That was you. And to be fair, I did say, don't be mad.
Yeah.
So, that should have covered that. He writes, I understand if you don't want to marry me now, but this was necessary, and I need you here with me. Not only to surrender Gallia, but also, like, I need all you guys here to make this work. Again, from somebody, another third party reading the letter, they'd be like, yeah, this is Richard Rahl, they know who that is, writing to the Queen of Gallia, saying, hey, we're about to do our thing, right? We're going to get married and rule, and it's going to be great, but you still have to surrender to me.
He was kind of basically saying, like, even if you don't want to marry me, you have to surrender.
She could make the choice otherwise, sounds like, you know?
Yeah, he's obviously not threatening her, but anybody who is reading it from an outside perspective might read it that way also, because he's like, I can't have any special favors being done. So basically, anybody who doesn't surrender is going to be attacked. And he's saying, we may not get married, but you do have to surrender. So basically, he's saying the same thing to her, too.
That includes you.
Yeah.
It's like giving them the choice on a pirate ship. When one ship would attack another ship, they'd fight, right? Sometimes you have 100 guys. There'd be like 10 left. And the ship is obviously lost. But they would stop killing people at that point, and they'd give them the choice. You can join us. And we won't, like, you have nothing else to fear from us then. We're cool. Or not. And rarely did they ever say, or we'll kill you, or we'll make you walk the plank. But that threat was implied.
Yeah.
We can just continue what we were doing here. Or you can make it stop and, like, actually make some money. So,
Yeah.
Kahlan in this scenario would be the losing pirate, unfortunately. But, like... Again, that's from somebody else's point of view.
Right.
He says that Mriswith have been attacking people, so I sent Gratch to come hang out with you. They can go invisible. They're dangerous. Gratch can sense them. Just him and me. We're the only two people. So him being close to you is something that I want, and he can... This is critical. So he can stay with you while you schlep your ass back up here to Aidendrill. That's Richard's plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to put a pin in that because they fuck with his plan at the end of the chapter.
Yes. Well, okay, so first of all, Zedd knew immediately what Mriswith were. As soon as he said the word, he was like, ooh, that's not good. They're up in Aidendrill. So that was interesting. But Yeah, he also mentions that he has them all on pikes in front of the Confessor Palace, and there was no comment about that, but I was like, why did nobody go, ooh, that's not a good look? On the palace, it was so pretty out there with all the flowers. He fucking put the fucking rotting Mariz with. That's not good.
So I was going to make a little tiny joke about Vlad the Impaler, because that's pretty much what the guy who everybody knows as Dracula did back in like the, I don't know, 1400s or something crazy like that. But I was going to say Richard the Impaler, but it has a different vibe to it. So I was like, maybe not. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like you might be a psychopath.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, and it doesn't make the landscaping look real great, I'm assuming. Or smell good.
I just love the smell of 4-day-old Mariz with blood first thing in the morning. While I take my jog. Kind of breathe deep and then retch a little bit as you leave town. It's just, it's invigorating. Then he makes a point to say that my grandfather has to come back too. Now, this is weird because he already said, I need all of you here. Mm-hmm. All of you, not calling out people specifically, but like, Kahlan would know who's in the group and who he needs.
I think he's just trying to bring up the specific threat at this point.
Okay. The threat being that his ancestral home is in danger. And obviously, that's in reference to the Wizard's Keep. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't really about saying, make sure you bring Zedd with you. It was more pointedly about the Wizard's Keep.
Yeah.
It's here in Adendril.
Yeah, there was no other really good way for him to describe the Wizard's Keep without saying the Wizard's Keep is in danger because, like, his grandfather is a wizard, so this is an easy way for me to reference that without anybody understanding what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. And something that could be common among other people of means.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zedd, though, he kind of regrets not thinking about this. There's been a lot of shit going on lately. And he totally let slip the wizard. Not let slip, but he forgot about it.
I feel like we talked about this before. Yeah, because he regrets not thinking about the danger to the keep and just leaving it, and the order can't get it now. But didn't we talk about why they didn't sit in the keep and why they ran instead? I don't know if we had a really good answer, because I feel like we had maybe touched on it really quickly, because it seems like that would have been the perfect place for them to just chill. Nobody else can get in there if they would have just ran back to the keep with Kahlan after they did the whole fake death thing.
Yeah. I mean, dude, we got a secret hideout. It's not really a secret, but it's a damn good hideout.
I think maybe our reason was that they wouldn't be able to stay up there without having to come down and get supplies and things.
Food.
But sneak out in the middle of the night and have somebody who's not super obvious go do it or something. I don't know. I just feel like maybe we could have explored that option for a little bit longer.
I could have gone a little deeper into that.
Yeah.
So at the very end of this letter, he signs it, the Master of Dahara. And Zedd is like, what?
And I mean, okay, throughout this whole letter, every time that the mention of troops or Dahara came up, because that's what Richard said, that everyone had to surrender to Dahara. Because that's what Richard said, that everybody had to surrender to Dahara. He kept being like, what does he mean? What? He doesn't have troops? And...
But he knows he's the Lord Rahl.
Yeah,
that was established in the first book.
I'm pretty sure Zedd is the one that kind of revoked the web that was hiding his identity from everybody.
Yeah.
Because he is the Lord Rahl now. He wanted everybody to know that. So, yes, Zedd did know that. I don't know if maybe it was just the fact that he was like, oh, he's in Adendril. There's no way he could be commanding troops from Adendril as the Master of Dahara. But...
Oh, thinking maybe he's in Adendril alone.
Yes.
See, that makes sense. But he's got command of his... if you're the Lord of Dahara, just assume that you've got somebody with you because you left Dahara as the boss. So, they're going to be like, you're the boss. You're the literal lord of this whole country or whatever exactly it is. But, yeah, there's going to be bodyguards. There's going to be people to, carry shit out for you. He's going to have his people.
I mean, maybe it has to be because the last time that Kahlan talked to Richard, he was alone in Adendril, all sad after murdering the council. And then they fucked in the clouds, right?
Right.
So he didn't have any support there at that point.
Well, he didn't need it, as I heard it told.
But yeah, maybe that was that. They didn't realize that he was going to be able to, amass the soldiers in Aidendrill to him because he was alone there. And they wouldn't have imagined him taking people from Dahara at that point. So it's just shocking that he got them on his side, I guess, that quickly.
Yeah, because they were already there. A lot of them were. Just that he... But then again, it's Richard.
They were fighting for the order.
Fucking way. Yeah. Yeah, they were not only, like, scary Daharans. It wasn't like, hey, I'm the boss now. They were the enemy, and he got him to come over.
Yeah.
He's very persuasive.
Yeah, that one, he is.
But that is the end of the letter and the beginning of the beer break.
Woo!
Yeah. So today, we have something that Jade absolutely does not like.
Surprise.
Yeah, it was a bit of a bummer for her. Anyways, so we have Ever Lovin' Hand from Coopersville Brewing Company. This is a hazy IPA, clocks in at 5.3%, and it's got a blend of 4 Michigan proprietary hops. I just said that weird, but it's fine.
You did.
Mackinac, Bergamo, Copper, and Emerald. Bermo. I'm going to go with Bermo because it's fancy. I know we talked about that before. And then Emerald Spire, which sounds like something from The Wizard of Oz, which is great. So this is a hazy IPA, like I said, and it smells very, very sweet. But it's got a huge downside, and that is it's one of the most bitter beers that I think I've ever tasted.
It's an IPA, motherfucker.
Yeah. Jade made cringy face, did not care for, can confirm.
Can confirm.
Very strong. And it was misleading because it smells fruity and shit. And I'm like, this is probably one of them IPAs that I'm going to like.
Yeah.
And then you taste it, and it's like Tyson just punching you in the face. Wow.
See, I think that's what some people like, though. The hops have different flavors, and they say they're tropical or fruity or whatever the fuck. And most of them, I cannot tell. That is not my palate. I cannot pick that shit out. It just tastes bitter to me. Now, this brewery does do a couple good IPAs, and I do like them. Do not like this one.
No, this is the one she was like, ew, no. We had the little, what is it, a 4-ounce taster? And we were just sharing it because we got, 2 flights, 5 each, 10 beers. And so I let her take a sip of it, and she's like, you can have that one.
Do not want.
Not a winner, but, some people love them. And I'm coming around slowly, I'll say. I hate them less and less as I drink them, which is good. I don't know if I'm going to order it anytime soon, but if IPAs are your thing,
yeah,
go for it, because you'll probably really like it. I know we're going to hear from somebody who tries it, and they're going to be like, you guys are just dead wrong, which is fine.
I can already think of one person.
Yeah, so. Oh, yeah.
Anyways, we will be back right after this. And we're back. So, Adie seems to think that Richard's doing just fine, because everybody else is like, oh, the boy's in way over his head. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's stirring shit up. And Addie's like, it seems like he fucking does. He did what we were trying to do, and we were just gonna, politely ask and hope that it worked, and he fucking demanded and put teeth to that demand. Everyone's gonna listen to him. So, Richard has things in hand, all right?
Yeah. He took something away that they absolutely need for survival. In that chapter where he's with all the dignitaries, that's the first thing everybody brings up. Like, well, we need shit from these people. He's like, that sucks.
Yep, I know.
Guess you should have done your homework, huh? No, you don't get ice cream. Or whatever. Yeah, I think you understand where I'm coming from. But, yeah, and he took it away from them without actually having to do anything. They couldn't have hoped to have that done.
Yeah, no. And Kahlan isn't focusing on what she should be. She just keeps going on about how he has destroyed her. How he doesn't know what he has done and the full weight of the generations of confessors that he's affected. Her worst fear is realized at this point. Being the last mother confessor who lost the Midlands. That's what she keeps bitching about the last couple chapters. Well, the last chapter. We've only seen her for 1. No, 2. We've seen her for 2 chapters now. And both chapters, I think she mentioned that. She didn't want to be the last mother confessor that lost shit. And she seems to be only concerned at this point in how this makes her a failure. She even mentions that it seems kind of selfish